Hello, my little shipheads. Welcome back to Ship Talk, where I tell stories about crime, mysteries, and general weirdness in the world of supply chain. Today, we dive into ancient grain. Stay with me, it's interesting, I promise. If you lived in Rome in the 1st century BCE, grain was not just a food. It was the difference between stability and chaos. Rome was not able to feed itself, and by this point, the city had well over 1 million people, depending almost entirely on grain shipments coming from Egypt and North Africa. When those shipments arrived on time, everything was great. When they didn't, the city turned restless very quickly. In 57 BCE, Rome experienced a serious grain shortage, and the response was not polite. Crowds gathered in the streets, prices spiked, and politicians were blamed publicly. Pompey the Great was given extraordinary powers to secure Rome's grain supply, including control over ports, fleets, and shipping routes across the Mediterranean. This was not symbolic authority. It was a recognition that whoever controlled the grain controlled public order. A few decades later, Augustus, Rome's first emperor, took this even further. After repeated shortages and riots, he reorganized the entire grain system, placed it under imperial control, expanded the port of Ostia, and later developed Portus, a massive artificial harbor designed specifically to handle grain shipments more reliably. Grain distributions, known as the annona, became a core function of the state, not a market activity. Even with all of that, the system was fragile. In 19 CE, during the reign of Tiberius, delays in grain shipment caused prices to rise sharply and panic spread through the city. Tiberius was forced to intervene personally, subsidizing grain and calming crowds that were already on edge. Roman historians make it clear that emperors understood exactly what was happening. Grain shortages were not just economic problems, they were political threats. Rome lived in constant dependence on ships it could not see, sailing routes it could not fully control, and harvests happening thousands of kilometers away. Stability was never guaranteed. It was managed shipment by shipment, season by season, always one storm or one bad decision away from major unrest. Anyway, that's today's supply chain story. Follow me for more weird and wacky logistics stories, and I will see you next time.